Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Randy. I provide private golf instruction out of a private studio right here in Sylvania, Ohio. I also play competitive SGT Web and SGT Tour Rounds, and I stream them. We are going to be playing the first round and second round today at PGA West on the SGT Web Tour. All the settings were right there for the round at the beginning of the video. Uh, you are going to see the good, the bad, and the ugly today if you stick around for the whole thing. What I noticed when I was editing the video together, oh, there is ton, a ton of lateral movement in my swing. I am jerking that club back to the inside, uh, standing up on it once in a while, but uh, there is some stuff I need to work on. This was shot last week. This week is the Arnold Palmer down at Bay Hill. I will be playing that first round today. I think it might go live as we shake hands with par on the first. So I've got a lot of issues going on with my swing. Like I said, this was shot last week, the week right after the Toledo Golf Show. Thank you guys so much for coming out and showing me the love. I appreciate it. It was a tremendously busy week, so I got the round in, and then due to time constraints, I did not play the second round until Sunday evening. You'll see that right after the conclusion of this round, right here in the same video. But um, I was too fatigued during that second round. There was not a lot of action last week. Club wise, there was more business dealings, lessons, fittings, and things of that nature. So I really played this round with no. Oh, we'll get that first birdie. With really no expectations. That birdie is brought to you by our tremendous sponsor, CigarDez.com, for personalized, affordable cigar packages at any price point. Please visit CigarDez.com. Thank you, Jay Menke, for everything you do. I slide way in front of that drive after the birdie, and we hit it in the water on a par five. Surprise, surprise, making messes of par fives. We're going to hit it right off the road there and leave ourselves in a good position. Like I said, there are some things I need to tighten up. The weather is allegedly going to get warm this weekend here in Northwest Ohio and Southeastern Michigan. Got in front of that one there too, as well. So I am going to venture outside and see how it goes out in the wild, hopefully this weekend. And again, for all you guys watching who are going to be going outside, same thing. No expectations for this first round, these early rounds in the late winter, early spring. There's something quick and snappy to lead us off the tee there. So um, I provided some, as well as being a golf instructor, I am starting to provide helpful golf content on Instagram, Facebook, and right here on YouTube. The other day I went live with three very, very simple, easy tips and drills to do to make sure we are starting our backswing correctly after months and months of inactivity. At the Toledo Golf Show a few weeks ago, about 40% of the people I talked to had not been active in the game of golf. That one's not too bad right there. Distance control off the tee on a par three. We'll take that. And we'll pour it in. Second birdie of the day is brought to you by our good friends, Gear Up Sportswear. If you want to look, feel, and play like a pro, and God knows I do, you need Gear Up Sportswear in your life. Casey, Terry, thank you so much for everything you do for Sweet Action Golf, the channel. Once again, new shirts are going to be in very, very soon, I'm told. Check out gearupsportswear.com. I got a little quick off the tee there. So, 40% of the people I talked to at the show have not been active in the game of golf. And what I see when a student comes into the Sweet Action Golf studio right here in Sylvania, Ohio, what I see a lot of from guys who have not been active is they are very, very handsy in their takeaway. And you guys know by listening to me preach, I keep it very, very simple. Our takeaway is initiated and driven by our left shoulder turning away from the target, pulling that club back into position. We do not want to use our hands. The game's having a little fun with me right here, so we're going to make our bogey. I do make this putt. Spoiler alert. I make this bomb from way downtown. Oh, no, I don't. I make another one. I'm sorry. At least we have fun here at Sweet Action Golf. So we want our left shoulder doing all the work on the way back. And when guys have not been active, they kind of forget that they need to use their shoulders. So they pull the club back with their hands. They're trying to manipulate that face right away, right off the bat. And it's over before it starts. So I created a video. I actually went live and three very simple, easy drills, tips to remember how to sequence our backswing the right way. Please check that out. I will link that in the video. Uh, also on the channel, there's a brand new 5-star review, video review from our friend Jackson. In the last year, Jackson has gone from about a 13.5 down to a 5.6. Hats off to Jackson. Hard work pays off. Um, I'm thrilled with the way he has progressed. I cannot wait until we get the right equipment in his hands. I cannot wait until I put a complete round together for you guys and don't show off this beautiful two-way mess I am fighting right now. But like I said, I know what I'm doing. I did get some work in yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday. I did get some work in yesterday working on the swing before I venture out into the wild this weekend. Uh, I am not concerned. There's a good putt. We'll take that birdie. That birdie is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Sean's Back Nine Indoor Golf Center right here in Toledo, Ohio. If you want to try the new Callaway Quantum line, our friend Colton is a certified club fitter and has the new demos ready to go at Sean's Back Nine Indoor Golf Center, corner of Bancroft and King. Uh, Go see him. Go check him out. And we get home in two on a par five, even though I'm fighting the swing. There is some good stuff still happening. We are one under making the turn. I've got about, what's that say, 16 feet for the big bird here. Oh, yeah, that's a big bird on stream. I'll take that. And we jump. We jump to 3 under. So there's no quit in me, even though I'm fighting the swing. I am trying my hardest. Once again, we know the lead is a little bit out of our range right now, but we are still trying to get the best finish that we can. We find the fairway off the tee. Thank you, Newton. And we just bring it a little too far inside and we leave it out to the right. No big deal. We'll shake hands with par there at 11. So I created the content about the 3 takeaway tips. We've got a brand new 5-star review from Jackson. You're going to get this round posted today, these 2 rounds posted today as one video. Also coming later this week, we've got a special conversation with our friend Dr. Tom Bauer about making sure we get our bodies ready for golf since the warm weather is coming this weekend as I take dead aim on 12. Um, I'm sorry, 13. We want to make sure we're getting our bodies ready for golf. And then more importantly, we want to make sure I'll pour that one in. We'll take that one after taking dead aim. And we jump to 4 under through 13, 5 to go. And I get quick and shitty off the tee. And I'm in that guy's backyard. Whee! Good times. Um, Conversation with Dr. Bauer. We talk about making sure our body is ready for golf activity for the 40% of you who have not been active this winter. And then we talk about what we might need to do to make sure we stay golf ready all season. We don't want long periods of inactivity due to injury. We talk about some of the common problems that I see right here in the studio during lessons about guys not being able to rotate, guys not being able to turn, not being able to get to their finish or hold their finish. And some of the root causes, that's the bomb I make to save a bogey. I knew I made a bomb somewhere along the line. Uh, we'll take that. Off the tee here on 15, back to 3 under. I think this was just an alignment issue. I think I moved the aim too far left. I didn't want anything to do with that water. I didn't even want to take that pin on. So I think that was just me getting a little cursor happy back there off the tee. Um, Back to the Dr. Bauer conversation. Watch for that video. There's some very, very good stuff in there about common issues I see and the root causes of why guys aren't getting the results they want downrange. It might have to do with the way they are moving their body and how they are treating their body. What else is coming up? We are chock full of lessons here this weekend at the Sweet Action Studio. Players of every every level are welcome here. If you're brand new to the game, we start with basic fundamentals. If you're on how I work, there is a full lesson posted right here on this YouTube channel. It is titled Full Lesson with Tyler. Tyler was gracious enough to allow me to put that out. Each and every one of my students gets a lesson video just like what you see with Tyler. I record each session in its entirety for the benefit of the student. Every piece of data that you get from the launch monitor, every swing that you make, every important question you ask me, and more importantly, every correct answer I give you in return is always right there recorded on video. And you can go back and watch it as often as you need to so that you can learn, understand, and master the principles that we are working on during the session. Yeah, still fighting that two-way miss here as we hobble down the 18th. And the game has some fun with us. There's a bit of a club drop. We are going to finish at a lackluster 2 under par. That is good enough for, I believe, somewhere in the top 15 as we start the second round. Same course, same conditions, no wind. Sunday pins, greens are at 11. I am fatigued after a weekend of lessons and not a lot of golf activity. The warm up wasn't bad, so that's why I decided to play. But there's some good, some bad, some ugly on here as well. And we're going to start with some good and hit a fairway right off the bat. Thank you, Newton. Sweet Action Golf is proud to be an authorized reseller of the hottest shaft in golf, the Newton Motion Golf Shaft. For higher launch, lower spin, and tighter dispersion, I sprayed it around using that equipment. It is most definitely my swing. It is not the equipment. Um, if you guys are losing distance off the tee because you think the ball is going too high and it's trailing off to the right, your shaft does not fit you. Our shaft is the engine of the golf club. We could have the best tech in the world in that head, but if we're too heavy or light, whippy or stiff with the shaft, we are never going to get the consistent results we are looking for downrange, on the course. So uh, if you're not happy with your driver performance, come in and see me for a Newton Motion shaft fitting. The numbers don't lie. We're going to work on your swing a little bit, make sure you are as fundamentally sound as it gets. And then I'm going to fit you for a Newton Motion shaft. And we're going to compare your stock driver with your shaft to your driver head with the Newton Motion. And you are going to see higher launch, lower spin, a tighter dispersion. Um, if you want to see what the Newton Motion shaft did for me, even though it again doesn't look like it now, if you want to see what it did for me, check out Embrace the Launch, that video right here on my YouTube channel. I was in an AI Smoke 10.5 degree head with the Fujikura Ventus Velocore. I would max out at, I'm sorry, I would max out at 90 feet of apex with that configuration. I switched to a Newton Motion 3 dot. I got a little lighter in the weight of the shaft compared to the Venice, and it's much tighter dispersion wise. But my peak apex, how that one looked? Was that good? My peak apex went from 90 to 120. My carry distance jumped up 10 yards to 15 yards. It rolls out another 15 to 20. And when I am in rhythm and when I am not bothered by this bad back of mine, I throw darts with that driver. And it is a tremendous, tremendous advantage to be able to pick out a small target off the tee, put it there so that you can be aggressive. Just like that, we throw darts here at Sweet Action. I tell you, I I can teach you guys accuracy for days. You provide the power. So we get to under par. That's not bad, right, for the round. And we are going to jump up to, oh, I don't know. I think we're in 11th at this point in the game, maybe 15th, maybe 11th. Uh, Sorry to say that is as good as it gets this week. Um, we continue to make some sloppy mistakes, both physically and mentally. There is a terrible, terrible missed club coming. There's some terrible contact coming, but there's some good contact coming as well, where we just kind of overclub and overshoot by 30 feet. I mean, that's 10 paces, right? That's a half a club. We have got to tighten that up if we are going to compete out here. 179 on the par 3 7th. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, if you want to nose around my channel to find out more about me and what I do and how I do it, feel free. But please smash that like button, that share button, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Instagram and YouTube as well. SweetActionGolf.com for more information on private lessons right here in the Sweet Action Golf studio in Sylvania, Ohio. Virtual lessons available anywhere. I've got a student in Florida who's killing it. My buddy Ben is in Missouri, and he is really tightening up his dispersion. We played a fun little practice round over GSPRO a couple weeks ago at Pebble Beach, and I hope that we can do that again. Ben, keep up the good work, buddy. And I knew as soon as I hit it, I pulled it just a little bit. The distance was right. It just runs out a little bit, and we leave it just short. So back to even, going to 9, ton of lateral movement in my swing, jerking that club back to the inside. Uh, no excuses really with the back. As I said, I was a bit tired from the lessons. Extremely busy weekend last weekend, coming off the heels of the Toledo Golf Show. Um, let's see if we can be aggressive here with a wedge in our hand for 105. And we're just a little too aggressive. We hit it a little too hard at 105. I probably should have taken less club and been a little bit more aggressive. But we'll take that birdie. That birdie is brought to you by our friends Gear Up Sportswear. If you want to look, feel, and play like a pro, and God knows I do, and I'm not on that swing. You need Gear Up Sportswear in your life. They make these awesome, tremendous shirts that I wear every video I make, every lesson, every session with you guys. It is a Gear Up shirt. They are ready to go right out of the dryer. They don't even have to look at an iron. I thought that was going to release a little bit more. So, Casey, Terry, thank you guys so much for what you do for Sweet Action Golf. Thank you so much for the awesome, awesome shirts. You guys make a tremendous product. Like I said, if you want to look, feel, and play like a pro, you need Gear Up Sportswear in your life. Check out gearupsportswear.com. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook as well. And we're going to slap one down there and find the fairway again. Thank you, Newton. 160. Something tells me I don't put a very good swing on this one. I tugged it. And when we tug it, it goes longer than what it should. And the round continues. Once again, we hit we hit a bunker shot back there a hole ago that didn't release like we thought. We hit a pitch shot there that we thought was going to not release as much, and we make a very, very costly bogey as we go to 12. Not a very good swing there. We're going to hit a low chaser that's just going to find the other side of the fairway from 153. Big, tremendous decel. Waved my arms at it like I didn't even want to hit it. Had no desire of getting to my finish. I don't know if you guys are watching the gameplay or watching the swings, but every time I pay attention to the swings, I see a million faults that I am not happy with. And it's such easy stuff that I need to clear up on. I need to be more still and centered over the ball. As I said, a very, very common mistake, not only for me, but for everybody else, is when we're trying to be so slow, so smooth with our rhythm and our tempo, our chest forgets to move, our shoulders forget to turn and rotate. It becomes a very, very army swing. And when it gets army, it gets Amy. Uh, Not bad there, inside 10 feet, and we'll roll that birdie in to get back to 1 under par. That birdie was brought to you by our good friend cigardez.com for personalized, affordable cigar packages at any price point. Please visit cigardez.com. Thank you, Jay Menke, for all you do for Sweet Action Golf. I appreciate you, brother. Hope you're well. Um, so when we get lazy, it turns into a very arm swing, very aiming, and we don't turn and rotate and get to our finish. And that's what I have a lot of. So if I simply just remind myself to make a shoulder turn, right? Get my shoulders all the way parallel to my back foot and try harder to get to my finish. That problem of being lazy, being army, being Amy, that goes away all on its own. Three problems right there resolved. Mental error here. I grabbed the wrong club. Wanted to grab the 48. I grabbed the 43 instead. Uh, the string of profanities that I let out there is still is still echoing through the halls of my house. Um, we can make excuses all day, but the bottom line is I just have to be better. I have to be better in my preparation. I have to be better in my execution, and I have to be slower in my thinking. Um, yeah, I can blame most of that on the ADD, maybe, but the way I think that ADD of mine is a superpower. I just need to slow down. I need to be better. There is nobody that is preventing me from doing what I want to do, whether in terms of making a golf swing or shooting what I want to shoot. I just have to perform better. So we know that there's no such thing as perfect, right? We know that mistakes are going to be made. Our job is to make those mistakes as small as they can possibly be. But since I'm so aggressive when I play, since I'm so emotional when I play, maybe I need to slow down. Maybe I need to take more breaks. Instead of racing through a round in 35, 40 minutes trying to keep some sort of decent tempo and movement going so my back doesn't tighten up. Maybe I slow down and I start taking more breaks in between holes like someone else was playing. But the worry is always going to be, what if my back locks up and I can't finish? Or if it gets worse and then I can't play, I can't teach, I can't help people. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. That is a top 25 finish this week on the web tour. Um, we're getting better. We're making progress. For more information on private lessons right here in Sylvania, Ohio, visit sweetactiongolf.com. Show me some love. Give me a like, a follow, a share. Smash that subscribe button. Until next time, that's all there is.